Okay, guys, I didn't want to leave you hanging because I really need to finish the rest about the CBOE in this conversation because I can't leave it. It's only half done. So the CBOE said that they made the decision to stop trading options. They said our other exchanges stopped that, the option exchanges going to stop trading. And she said there may be others, but she knows that some of them still are. And I asked if she could give me more information and a list, and she said no, she didn't have that I would have to call my individual brokers to find out what the situation is. So if you want to be trading options in this play, then you either need to do a test to try to buy a contract, or you need to call your brokerage to find out whether or not they're even allowing it. I know that I called TD Ameritrade when it first happened yesterday, and they said basically that they stopped it because it was in retail's best, well, they didn't call us retail, it was in the customer's best interest to stop it due to the fact that they were selling and merging with chicken soup, and that it would be high risk due to not being able to close out the options when that merger happens. And I said, well, I'm a little confused because I can trade shares and nobody seems to care that we're only going to get 0.087 percent of a CSSE share, and we're all aware of that. So shouldn't we be entitled to have the same risk with options? And she said this decision was out of her hand, that it was the clearinghouse making the decision. And I said, well, I was under the understanding that it was the individual brokerages. And she's like, well, yeah, they gave us the decision and we decided. And it was very runaroundish. So, okay, is it you? Is it the CBOE? Is it because, obviously you guys are in trouble and this is a liquidity crunch, then you guys can't get shares for it, and you've just made, this week alone, I think we have over 10 million shares in options that are in the money right now. But they're going to have to find these shares that don't exist because there's not 10 million shares in this float. So there's issues, guys. And this happened again last week with the options chain, and that's what's led down this path. They're stuck between a rock and a hard stone. And honestly, as Natasha pointed out, they didn't have 7 million shares. And they should have never been having options to begin with. But again, it's going back to whatever benefits them at the time, and they'll deal with the repercussions of it later. And that's why it's not okay, because they're making rules, or they're picking and choosing how they, follow the rules based on how it suits their needs. And I'm not okay with that. Now, going back to Robinhood and why they kept hanging up on me when I said, aren't you your own clearinghouse, according to what Isaiah said? And he wouldn't answer, he hung up. So is Robinhood there? If you guys know the answer to this, please help me out here. Is Robinhood their own clearinghouse? Or do they work with Citadel as the clearinghouse, as I suspected? So I don't know. And is it the CBOE? Is it everyone individually? Is it going to be everything? And what my biggest fear is right now, I'm going to be blunt, is they did it before, and I wouldn't doubt they'd do it again. Are they going to take away our buy button? I don't know. That's what I struggle with, because by taking away the buy button, you're stopping something that not you guys, but that the market makers and the institutions caused by their greed and their thievery and thinking they could just steal from retail. And this is what I mean, guys, by it's not okay. And then you're going to go and you're going to rig an options chain that should have never existed to begin with, so that you can hide your shares that are on the threshold. I'm going to stop this for a minute because I want to add a piece. So give me 1 second. I want to pull up and show you exactly what I'm looking at for the failed to delivers that they have to come up with. And I want to put it on the screen so you guys know what I'm talking about, because knowledge is power, and someone needs to explain this to you if you don't understand it. And if you do understand it, great. We're happy to have you listen too, but I just want everyone to be on the same page here. So just give me 1 second. I'm going to come up in a different screen. Okay, guys, so this is stock Sarah, and this chart right here is showing me the failed to delivers. A failed to deliver is data that's retrieved by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, i.e. the SEC. What is the T plus 35 theory? As quoted from SEC, a failure to deliver position results from the sale of a security that a person is deemed to own and that such person intends to deliver as soon as all restrictions on delivery have been removed. Is deemed to own. They don't own any of them. The firm has up to 35 calendar days following the trade date to close out the failure to deliver position by purchasing securities of like kind and quantity. Again, these failure delivers, they have to purchase those shares and deliver them to you within 35 calendar days. This is just for the books, because once it's in your account, you technically own it. In the event a failure to deliver surges, example, failure to deliver quantity more than 1 million, more than 90th percentile of failure to deliver amount, and at least 100,000 failed to delivers for stocks that are heavily shorted, such as AMC and GME, on T plus 35 date, stock might experience a surge in price action. You can refer to this post on Reddit for more information. All right, I'm not going to keep going into this because we only have a limited amount of time here, but I'm going to explain this chart to you. So, back when I first got in this play in October, as you can see, October is when this de-SPACed from Seaport to Redbox, okay? Because it was a SPAC. That's how Redbox went public. The failure to delivers the first day they opened were 668,865 guys. This is what I saw then, okay? Do we see a problem here? Because as a SPAC that may or may not end up taking the company public because it's voted on, how is the SEC even allowing them to short a SPAC pre-public, pre-taking whatever company they choose to take public? I don't see how that's allowed, but that's beside the point into this conversation. My point is, look how high the FTDs were back then. 669,000 estimate, right? Approximately. Failed to delivers on a float that was 1.95 million, or if it was wrong, who knows, Vortex keeps changing the number, but let's say it's at the current 3.9 million that they claim it is today, okay? How on earth do you short that many shares before it's even gone public? Now watch, the price is high at this point, right? With all these failed to delivers, watch what they do, because they're driving the price down as they're paying off the failed to delivers, right? Because they're getting them cheaper. Then what happens, guys? Here, these failure to delivers are coming up, and they can't find them because this is a low float stock. So even 105,000 is 10% of the float. At that time, it was 1.95. Okay, guys, this 3.9 came along the way with whatever. But even if it was, it's somewhere between 5 and 10% of the float in a very low float, low share, low float stock. Okay, it's tiny. Gets up to here. Right? Your price is $5.33. Watch this. They drop the price to $2.55 and the failure to delivers go through the roof, guys. 1,639 failed to delivers. This is back on February 4th, okay? This is when I started really trying to get retail to pay attention because I saw something very wrong here, okay? That price action told me something's going on more than what meets the eye, and this is how you see it, guys. So you can find plays like this on your own. These charts can tell you a whole lot if you take the time to look for them. But remember, the information comes to you delayed, but you can get an Ortex subscription and see it live. Okay? Or, I don't know, it might have a slight delay, but it's nothing compared to this because we're very behind here. Let's fast forward. This is all this manipulation here, okay? With them driving the price down, driving it, the numbers go back up, they have to create something. You know, there's all this games that they play. It's going up, coming down. This is when they introduce options, guys. There's a reason they're introducing options to this play, and I told you it's not, yay, retail, we can play options. No. When a stock doesn't have options and they introduce options, that better signal a red flag to you, okay? Because there's a problem. And what happened here? Watch these failed to delivers through the months. 600, 900, 700,000. Boom, 1,300,000. Fast forward to May 31st, which is the last day we have this information for, guys, and the failed to delivers were 1,828,839. They don't have these shares, and if you believe for 1 minute that they do or that they've returned all these shares, guess what, guys? I don't think that they did. Today, they had to return. This is when it's due, T plus 35, okay? So this is why we're looking back at May's dates. Today, what was due, look, June 16th, $1,889 worth of stock at the time that they bought it for $3.20 when it was this low. 590,535 is what they were sold and they couldn't come up with. That's what was due today. Guys, here's our bingo tomorrow with that gamma ramped up. They owe 1,302,123 failed to delivers, okay? 1 million shares. That's tomorrow alone, just what they failed to deliver that is due. Look at June 17th. They owe at least more than like, it's approximately, let's say, a third of the share they owe, a third of the whole entire stock. Guys, how are they going to get these shares? Why? Now go back and do the DD in your head and ask yourself, why did they shut off the options chain? Go back to Wednesday. Look at how many failed to delivers they had then. 810,693, guys. Add these up, and it's not going to take very many days to see that it's the entire float. Now, look at what's coming up. 711,000, 802,000, 894,000, 989,000, 754,000, 892,000, 1,084,000, 1,050,000, 1,179,000. For the love of this, look at how ramped up we are. Look at what happens at the end of the month. Guys, this here is huge potential. This is why they took away options. And you better believe it. And no, they never should have been there to begin with, but they created FUD. They created this mess. They created all of these failed to delivers. They shorted the crap out of this stock. What I meant to say is this isn't FUD. This is fact. You're looking at facts here. So guys, this tells me we have something to get excited about. As long as they don't pull some crap and fast one over on us between now and the next 2 weeks, there's something brewing here, and it's looking really juicy. Really, really juicy. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it at that for tonight, but I hope that you learned something from this, and I hope that Stock Sarah, you add that to your list of things that can help you with your DD. And failure to delivers is what these are called, and this is what the hedge funds have to buy back in shares on these days, or they get fined. That's a whole other issue. All right, have a great night.